Bears are some of the most misunderstood animals on the planet. Many rank them with the deadliest creatures. But honestly, they're not the bloodthirsty monsters movies make them out to be. If you're wondering what I think is number one, it's still the hippo for me. Those guys can open their mouths wide enough to swallow a beach ball and crush it like it's nothing. Everyone grows up hearing that bears are obsessed with honey. But that's a total lie. Sure, they'll raid a beehive and lick up some honey, but what they're really after is the protein-packed larvae and bees inside. If you gave a bear a jar of pure honey, they'd probably walk right past it for some ripe berries, nuts, or meat. Bears are opportunistic omnivores, not honey addicts. We've all heard that bears are super aggressive and will charge any human they see. Lie again. Bears are actually pretty chill by nature. They'd rather avoid conflict and back away unless threatened. With their massive size, people assume bears are slow and lumbering. Nope. They can sprint up to 35 miles per hour, faster than most horses. If you run, you trigger their chase instinct. So never run from a bear. Stand your ground. Make yourself look bigger by raising your arms. Speak calmly and slowly back away. That gives you way better odds. Another classic piece of bad advice: just climb a tree if a bear's coming. Biggest lie ever. Bears are excellent climbers. Black bears teach their cubs to scamper up trees for safety. If you're in bear country, trees are not your escape plan. And while we're on appearances, that classic image of a jet black bear, yeah, that's a lie too. American black bears can be black, brown, cinnamon, blonde, or even have a bluish tint. Color doesn't define the species. Most people think bears go into deep hibernation every winter, completely knocked out until spring. Not true. They enter a state called torpor, where their body temperature drops a bit and they sleep a lot, but they can wake up quickly. In fact, mother bears can give birth and nurse their tiny cubs while still in this sleepy state. Pretty incredible, right? If you think a loud noise or campfire will scare a bear away, think again. In many cases, they'll investigate the sound or even steal food right from your campsite grill. Standing up on two legs isn't a sign they're about to attack either. They're just trying to get a better view or catch a scent and playing dead. It works sometimes with grizzlies, but not always, especially not with black bears. Bears can run uphill, downhill, and even make surprising jumps when they need to. They're way more athletic than cartoons suggest. Now let's talk about elephants. You've probably heard that elephants are the only land animals that can't jump. Well, that's mostly true for them, but they're not alone. Hippos, rhinos, and sloths can't get all 4 feet off the ground either. Their massive bodies and pillar-like legs just aren't built for it. When you picture an elephant, you think of that long trunk and those impressive tusks. A lot of people believe elephants drink water by sucking it up their trunk like a straw and swallowing it. Lie. They suck water into the trunk, then pour it into their mouth. The trunk is more like a handy hose than a built-in drinking straw. Those long tusks, they're actually modified incisor teeth that never stop growing throughout their lives. Not all elephants have big tusks though. Some have tiny ones, and others are born completely tuskless. The idea that elephants love peanuts, pure cartoon nonsense. In the wild, they eat leaves, bark, roots, and entire branches. Peanuts are fine as a snack, but they're not their favorite food by any stretch. Everyone says elephants never forget a face or a place. They do have excellent long-term memory, but they forget things too, just like us. If humans misplace their keys every week, why would we expect elephants to remember everything forever? And despite what cartoons show, elephants aren't scared of mice. That's another fun myth with zero truth behind it. If you've seen elephants giving rides or doing tricks in tourist spots, here's a hard truth. There's no such thing as a domestic elephant. They're wild animals that have been tamed, often through harsh methods that break their spirit. Even the babies of tamed elephants are still wild at heart. Carrying heavy loads for years can lead to serious spinal damage. Riding an elephant might look fun in photos, but it's rarely kind to the animal. This next guy is a wolf, the wild ancestor of every dog on your couch. Movies love showing wolves howling only under a full moon. Total lie. Wolves howl anytime to communicate with their pack, even during the day. We just hear them more at night. Wolves travel in packs, and a lot of people picture a strict alpha male bossing everyone around like some tough guy. That's another lie. A wolf pack is usually just a family, mom, dad, and their kids. Both parents usually lead together. No dramatic Andrew Tate-style dominance fights here. Movies make wolves look like ruthless killers that attack humans on sight. In reality, wolves almost never attack people. If they see you, they'll usually run the other way, unless they're starving or feel trapped. When they hunt large prey like elk, they actually get injured about 80% of the time. It's dangerous work. Wolves aren't stuck in cold, snowy places either. They thrive in forests, mountains, and even deserts. And they're not strict meat eaters. They'll happily snack on berries, apples, and other fruits when available. A lone wolf isn't some dangerous outcast either. It might just be looking for a mate, or was temporarily kicked out of the family. Still makes for a better love story than some movies I know. This little guy is a goldfish, and they're way smarter than their reputation. Almost everyone thinks goldfish have a memory of just 3 seconds. Studies show they can remember things for months. They recognize their owners, learn tricks, and even navigate mazes. The oldest goldfish on record lived 43 years, and with good care, they can easily reach 20. Another myth, goldfish only grow as big as their tank. Nope, they're not bonsai plants. In a proper pond or large tank, they can grow over a foot long. Keeping them in tiny bowls is cruel and can shorten their lives. Starfish aren't actually fish at all. They're sea stars, and they come in all kinds of shapes, not just the classic 5-armed star. Some are pentagon-shaped with no arms. Others have dozens of arms. And yes, that big chunky one from SpongeBob is based on a real species. Many people think starfish have no eyes. Wrong. They have simple eye spots at the tip of each arm. So, a starfish with 50 arms has 50 eyes. They don't swim either. Their arms aren't for paddling. They crawl using hundreds of tiny tube feet underneath. And while most aren't venomous to humans, we can actually be toxic to them. So it's best not to touch wild ones. Butterflies are probably the most loved insects, but there are still myths. Catching one by the wings won't automatically kill it if the wings aren't damaged. They do lose scales naturally while flying. So, a few sticking to your fingers isn't a big deal. And no, they don't only sip nectar from flowers. Butterflies also drink from rotting fruit, tree sap, animal dung, urine, and sometimes even blood or tears. They're not as delicate as they look. Mosquitoes are the most hated insects, but here's a big one. Not all of them bite. Only females need blood when they're developing eggs. Males live on nectar and plant juices, just like bees and butterflies. Mosquitoes don't actually smell blood types. They pick targets based on carbon dioxide, body heat, and skin bacteria. People with type O do tend to get bitten more, but it's not because the mosquito can read your blood type. They don't only lay eggs in dirty water, either. Some species prefer clean water, and others lay eggs in tiny amounts. Even a bottle cap can be enough. Getting rid of big ponds won't save you. Mosquitoes are experts at finding the smallest puddles. So next time you hear one of these, everyone knows animal facts. Remember, a lot of them are lies we've been repeating for years. The real story is usually way more interesting. If you enjoyed having your mind blown by these animal myths, smash that like button and subscribe for more. Drop a comment below. What's the biggest animal myth you use to believe? I read every comment. Thanks for watching, and as always, I love you guys.